Now, today we are going to talk about things to do or secrets to making your chickens lay more eggs. Now, most of you have been calling me. Actually, I have so many people, especially from TikTok. They are calling me and they are telling me they have birds, but their birds have reduced in the egg production. Birds are not laying. Their birds are doing this and that. Now, in most cases, actually, it is not the problem is not on the birds. In most cases, the problems is with us, the farmers. Today, we are going to tackle that problem or the some of the things that actually are hindering us from getting the eggs that we should get as poultry farmers, or the number of eggs that we expect. Now, before you even complain, I want you to be knowing the percentage or the number of eggs that you should be getting from a certain number of birds that you have from your farm. If you don't know that, then you just have to do inquiries and do your research so that at least you can be having such information. Because if you don't have such information, actually you can be comfortable yet you're not getting what you're supposed to get. You can be comfortable with what you're getting, yes, you're getting less. So it is so important for us to know what we should be getting, our expectations, and then what we're actually getting in real time. My name is Shakira and I do farming. I'm a small poultry farmer who started just 1 year and a few months ago, closely to 2 years, and I've been changing people's perception about farming and poultry farming, and yet I started like with less money, just like you or just like any other farmer who is willing to start or planning to start. So many of you have also been asking me about how I market my eggs, how I sell my eggs, where I get the market and all that. Now, I've never been there before. Actually, it happened like 1 to 2 months after when my first batch started laying. I did not know what to do, but of course I learned, and I also invented other things that I included in my schedules and in my programs to selling my eggs. So I can literally be on a farm and then I receive like 10 phone calls, yet I don't even have the eggs to supply those people. So there are so many ways you can do to actually sell or market your eggs without even struggling, without going door to door to sell your eggs, or you're looking for people to help you sell your eggs. Okay, so in my next video, of course, I'll be telling you, or I'll be, of course, lecturing you or telling you some of the things that I do or some of the things that I did to get the market. And of course, in most cases, I'm even chasing people away. But today we are going to talk about the secrets to making your chickens lay more eggs. So before we proceed, please like the video, share it with other people, because you never know, someone might be interested in this thing and then they don't know where to get the information from. So share it on your statuses with your friends and all that, so that we learn from each other. So today I'm going to talk about just 3 things, actually just 4 things that some of the mistakes or some of the things that we should consider if you want our birds or chickens to lay or to give us the eggs that we expect. In no particular order, we are going to start with the amount of feeds or feed intake. Now, in most cases, as a farmer, as a beginner, even if you started long time ago and you've not been doing this, it is so important for you to know these things and you practice them. Now, every farmer or every poultry farmer should be knowing the food intakes of the birds. In most cases, out of like 99.9%, you should be knowing these things. Now, one thing we have to understand is that food intake accumulates with the age of the birds. Every time enkoko ziwe zikula, the food intake accumulates. Now, if you want to know how much you have to feed the bird, day 1, day 2, 1 week, second week, third week, you can inbox me for, of course, for that program. You can purchase the program. Of course, you purchase it once and you're going to be using it on different batches. Now, back to the point. When the birds are laying at their maximum, we have to put it in mind that the food intake also increases or also goes to maximum. Okay, when the birds are at their laying, like maximum laying, like egg production, of course it also, the food intake also increases. It means if they are laying more eggs, a maximum, we mean like at it is at 36, at least between 35 to 36 weeks, they are at their maximum, and this is when you're going to get the highest percentage of egg production. This is when you're going to collect eggs, like more eggs, because the birds are, most of them are laying, and most of them have, like, of course, settled, they have started laying, and okay, like what you get, actually what you expect. Okay, so it means the feed intake is also going to increase. At 36, we expect to feed these birds, every bird a day, around 105 to 110 grams, but in most cases it is between 100 to 105 grams. Now, these are the things that you have to be knowing, because in most cases, actually, if you don't do your research, or if you don't have this information, you farmers tend to underfeed or overfeed, which is going to cause you problems, because if you underfeed them, it means they are not going to give you what you expect. You're not going to get the results that you expect. And if you overfeed them, of course, overfeeding them or feed intake, it comes with weight gain. We should know that we have to at least know these things to avoid underfeeding them or overfeeding them, of course, to avoid making losses and all that. Because if you're overfeeding them and then they are overgaining weight, or the weight is too much, it means you've not managed the weight, and that means it's going to reduce on their egg production or functionality, because in layers, if the birds are overfed, if they are overweight, it's going to be hard for them to lay or give you the eggs that you, of course, you expect. Okay, so we should avoid that, and we should also know that feed intake is directly proportional to weight gain and egg production. So I hope that point is well explained. Okay, point number 2, of course, still we are going to talk about feeds. That was, the first one was feed intake, or amount of feeds that we feed our birds. Now, in point number 2, we are going to talk about feeds. How? As a farmer, you have to make sure that feeds are, like, the feeds that you're giving to your birds is rich in calcium, and it is also having vitamins. Now, you have to do that, like, to make sure you're giving them you're feeding your birds with feeds that are rich in calcium and vitamins. You have to be advanced in mixing your own feeds. I one day talked about the importance of mixing your own feeds. It's literally the best, because you're going to put in the exact amount of things or ingredients that you need to put. But if you just send someone to mix for you feeds without even you supervising how many kilograms they are put for calcium, for vitamins, for soya, it's going to be so hard for you to monitor that. Hence, it's going to affect your birds. Now, in most cases, actually, if the birds are lacking calcium, you're going to find that they are going to eat the eggs a lot. Now, in most cases, you go to your chicken coop and then you find where maybe they have laid 3 trays, and then they have eaten almost 1 tray or half a tray. That is already a loss, and it means they are lacking calcium. So we have to also ensure we feed them the right feeds. Okay, so another thing is managing bacteria and diseases. Now, one of the things that causes or leads to poor or less production in layers or in your chickens is the availability of the presence of diseases. Now, if you don't clean your chickens, if you don't take care of them, if you don't avoid, like prevent diseases and bacteria from your chicken coop, of course it's going to affect the birds in the long run. They may not show signs of sickness, but you're going to see that your birds are just like chopping. Okay, amajigally kwesala, the egg production is going declining, so it means somehow maybe they are sick. And if you do not manage these diseases, especially coccidiosis, by cleaning the chicken coop, by giving them clean water, by avoiding by making sure the chicken coop is dry and clean, it is most likely to affect your birds, and it's going to cause stress to your birds. And we all remember that if the birds are having stress, it's not going to help you, or it's going to lead in the decline of egg production. So we have to also think about that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the laying boxes. The space you provide to your birds where they should be laying from, it should be convenient. In one of my, if not two, my videos, I talked about the convenience and the comfortability of the chicken house. The chicken house should not be so beautiful or fancy, but should be comfortable and should be safe for them to, of course, grow, feed, and sleep. And when it comes to egg production, the laying boxes should be safe for them to lay without being interrupted or, of course, disturbed by others. So if you're putting your, of course, if you're locating or creating your laying boxes, make sure at least they are not facing where the light is coming from, or from the window, or from the door and all that. Make sure there's some kind of privacy. It means they have to be a little bit darker, because when they enter inside there, they have to concentrate. Okay, it is from that concentration where they relax and lay the eggs. But if there's no concentration, of course it is going to cause stress to them, and hence they are going to limit, or there will be decline in the chicken or in the egg production. And remember, you're also going to be feeding them every day, so if you're not getting what you're supposed to get, it is going to affect you, not the birds. I hope that has been clear. That's what I had for you today. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. So when I come back, of course, I'll also talk about other things that are preventing or leading to decline in egg production on your farm. But for now, I wanna say bye. Make sure you like the video, please like, share, and leave me a comment. Thank you.